Actions have consequences, but modern women don't seem to get it. Like, where are modern women when real science and logic come into play? I ain't talking about the pills they take to prevent their pregnancies and let Chad hit it raw. Nasty insights aside, the reality is that modern women don't know what accountability is, or if they do, it's probably too late. While men spend their 20s working hard, these women enjoy themselves a lot, if you know what I mean. But when men hit their peak, prime, or however you want to call it, those same women are ready to settle down and want guys like you to accept them regardless of their past. They didn't give an F about your path towards success, right? So you don't give an F about their decline. The balance of the universe, amigo.
I don't care if she's now a godly woman. If you previously were a drug addicted, 300 body count, I would recommend. There are better women. There are better women out there.
For like 7-8 years, they don't deserve to get.
I wouldn't.
up.
For me,
That's
I would.
nuts.
For me, I would not date a woman who was previously a drug addict.
If she was sober for years.
I don't care how long she's been sober. That's a metric with which I'm not gonna date a woman. How is that crazy? That's smart.
I'm not saying I'm trying to
How's
date
that
an
crazy?
ex-drug addict,
That's
but
just
it's like,
discernment.
they probably went through some shitty stuff in their childhood
That's
got
another
them into
reason.
this addiction,
That is another
but then
reason
they, as
to
an
not
adult,
want
got
to date a
them out
woman.
of it.
Women see a man in that situation as, I can change/fix him, and then proceed to get screwed over and then blame all men. Well, in reality, these women don't even give men in a bad position a chance. Men are done with playing Captain Save-A-Ho and instead are focusing on themselves. Like, really, on themselves, not on sleeping around like most modern women do. In today's video, we're delving into why modern women never hold themselves accountable and why this is making them single or even used and abused. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Anthony Burke 5656. He said, if you want to buy a new car, you read reviews, talk to friends, go for a test drive, check maintenance, and repair problems. Think about it. Heaven forbid you do a credit check, research previous relationships, check employment history, check educational standards, do a health check. You're absolutely right. If we take the purchase of a car so seriously, since it's typically a long-term thing, why wouldn't you treat a future partner with the same, if not more, scrutiny? I mean, goddamn, if it's till death do us part or till a divorce, you best do your due diligence. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video. Embrace your masculinity. Modern women and even the government talk all day about equality, but a curious contradiction persists. The presence of double standards that shape our lives. Standards that benefit women and destroy men, for sure. These inconsistencies are evident when we take a look at the criminal justice system and the dynamics of relationships. Delving into these areas reveals a complex context filled with societal expectations and ingrained biases, underscoring the urgent need for a more balanced future that, sadly, won't ever happen. But anyway, let's cut to the chase. In the realm of parenting, the double standards take an intriguing turn. Society often nods approvingly at women's strict parenting methods, labeling them as natural caregivers, even if they're violent towards their kids. On the flip side, when men assert authority, they're often slapped with the toxic masculinity label. This paradox prompts an important question. Do we subconsciously scrutinize parenting approaches based on the parent's gender? The answer is a resounding yes. Men of values want to instill good conduct into their kids, but if parents, for example, want their daughters not to be played by Chad, he's a tyrant. But hey, if the mother wants to emasculate the kid, it's all good because she says he'll not be toxic. Zooming out, a lopsided sense of value assigned to men and women becomes evident. I mean, think about it. Women and children are celebrated for merely existing, an honor not equally extended to men. Women's accomplishments are met with applause, even if they're nothing but the bare minimum for being a functional adult in society, while men grapple with the pressure to overachieve just to be acknowledged. This imbalance proves the idea that women's inherent worth is, in the eyes of mortals, unquestionable, possibly forcing men into a perpetual race to prove themselves. But for what really? For modern women, and then get sued as ATMs or called bad people just for having standards?
Yo, tell me I'm not wrong. When women are losing an argument, or, just wrong in general, they literally will fucking insult the fuck out of you, gaslight the fuck out of you, not take accountability, or pull the crocodile tears. Bitch, it's getting old as hell. Like, grow up, bro. And I'm being honest with y'all. We've all done this. We've all been immature in fights and try to win arguments, so let's not act perfect. But I'm saying something. When you get to a certain fucking age, you need to get into therapy or work on yourself. Because if you're sitting there trying to win an argument, the whole point is y'all to compromise and be together at the end of this. Not who wins, who can insult who first. Like, just think about what you are doing. And ladies, I know you're allergic to this shit, bitches. Just fucking say sorry. Just say you're wrong. I promise you, the argument will be fucking over. And when you really think about that, you have the one up. The bigger person is always the one who has the one up. Just say you're sorry. Just say you're wrong. It's not that fucking hard. But to sit there and cry and all that and be dramatic and make it worse, bitch.
Women have a hard time with accountability.
Why do you think that is?
Men have taken up all this space in society as the formidable gender. If we admit that, we need you, we lose power. So women are becoming power hungry, can't admit they're wrong, kind of repulsive. And if you admit that you were wrong, there's shame.
Many women have a hard time with accountability because they aren't forced to take any. Many are chronologically adults, but emotionally children. Let that sink in. Now, venturing into the legal system unveils deeper disparities, particularly in child custody, alimony, and child support cases. Equality, they say, but let's follow this so-called logic. Alarming statistics reveal that custody rulings often favor women, perpetuating a cycle of single-mother households. The consequences? More hoes, more criminals, and all in all, waste citizens. This is not a joke, though. You see, the significance of two-parent households in raising healthy children is backed by compelling statistics and real-world outcomes, but society wants the average Joe and Jane to believe that single-mother households are the best thing ever because the future is female. Stupid narratives aside, numerous studies have shown that children raised in homes with both parents tend to fare better academically, emotionally, and socially. These households provide a balanced environment where children receive diverse perspectives, guidance, and support from both parents. And of course, there's the infamous father figure. Yeah, masculinity is under attack once again.
But we do know that single fathers do a better job at raising children than single mothers do, as far as kids not being degenerates.
Where'd you get that information?
What's the resource?
There was a study done where they compared single mothers to single fathers. The studies show that if a father is in a house versus a mother, right, is a primary caretaker, that child is far less likely of being a criminal, a degenerate, a single mother, a drug addict, etc. We have a bunch of data that shows now that most people that are fuck-ups in life, alcoholic, drug users, whatever it may be, come from single mother households. Every school shooter in the United States, except for I think one or two, came from a single mother household.
If we're gonna compare apples and oranges, kids that come from single father homes tend to have better outcomes than people that come from single mother homes. So you could argue that women or men take care of themselves better than women, because women we have more debt. Even though we make less money.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because when my parents divorced, it was the reason why I went with my dad was because he was financially stable.
Yeah.
But my mother wasn't, so that is better for the kid in at the end of the day, unless your mom's gonna marry a rich dude or something like that.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, with raising kids, finance, yes, is helpful, but then your morals are the most important, because one person can have a lot of money, but if they have no morals and no decorum, no sense of like acting like a person, then your child is already...
Can't they learn that from their dad though? Why does it have to just be
No,
from
I
the
never
mum?
said that it has
No,
to
I
be
know,
from the
yeah,
mum.
but-
But I'm just saying, even if they have the finances, doesn't mean that that child's going to end up good.
She was basically saying men can't teach kids to be good people, even though the results of single mothers show otherwise. Clown World. Research indicates that children from single mother households are more likely to experience various challenges, including lower academic achievement, higher rates of behavioral problems, and an increased likelihood of engaging in risky behaviors. You know, being drug dealers or promiscuous girls. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, children from single mother homes are more likely to drop out of school and less likely to pursue higher education. Moreover, data from the U.S. Department of Justice shows a strong correlation between single-parent households and juvenile delinquency. Children growing up without both parents are more susceptible to engaging in criminal activities and becoming involved with the juvenile justice system. This underscores the significance of two-parent households in providing stable and nurturing environments that deter children from criminal behavior. But still, society wants everybody to believe that women can be both the father and the mother. Logic, anyone? Now, let's move to other double standards manifested unmistakably in the mockery directed at men when they experience abuse or mistreatment from women. Society's response to male vulnerability is often mockery rather than empathy, reinforcing the harmful idea that men should be impervious to harm. This notion stifles open conversations about the complexities of gender dynamics and the multifaceted challenges that men face. Here's a situation that might make you think twice. When men face abuse or mistreatment from women, the reactions from society can be quite puzzling. Instead of empathy, many times the response is mockery. This raises a red flag. Why do we belittle men when they're really going through abuse? Oh, right there, accountability doesn't apply either. In our society, men are often expected to be tough and unshakable, even if we're told that it's okay not to be okay and all that woke narratives. It's like we've built this image of men as superheroes who can't be hurt, but let's be real. Everyone can feel pain, and everyone can be hurt, no matter their gender. And sure, men suffer more even though society wants you to believe otherwise. Picture this. A man opens up about being hurt by a woman's words or actions. Instead of understanding, people might laugh it off or tell him to man up, and police officers will scratch their heads. Now, flip the scenario. Imagine a woman expressing that she's hurt by a man. Chances are, she'd get a much different reaction. People would likely offer sympathy and support, and the man would be in jail in no time, while he's got to prove that he's innocent. Why is there such a stark difference? This twisted thinking suppresses important conversations about how men experience abuse or mistreatment, trapping them in a cycle of silence.
Stop. Bitch. I told you stop. You're a bitch. What? You're a bitch. Stop. Stop.
Women wanted equality. There they have it. Equal rights, equal lefts. Navigating the realm of romance, or rather, what I can get out of this relationship kind of deals, underscores another layer of double standards. Men often find themselves grappling with an extensive checklist of prerequisites just to be deemed relationship material. However, women seem to possess a privilege that isn't tethered to the same rigorous standards. This skewed playing field plants seeds of frustration and inadequacy among men. Recognizing that their actions are scrutinized more closely than those of their female counterparts can breed disillusionment in the modern dating landscape, driving some men to explore international relationships, aka becoming a passport bro or setting higher personal standards because they have no time for stupid women. Nothing personal, just preferences. For men, the journey through the labyrinth of the dating world can be like navigating a minefield of prerequisites. It's as if they've handed a checklist of qualities they must embody to even be considered relationship material. From financial stability to emotional intelligence, men are expected to check all the boxes before they're deemed worthy of affection. Women, it seems, are given a privilege that doesn't demand the same rigorous scrutiny. Society's focus on physical appearance often allows women to gain attention and admiration based solely on their looks. A woman's mere presence can attract admirers, irrespective of her other qualities. This lopsided playing field can sow the seeds of frustration and inadequacy among men. Imagine striving to meet a laundry list of requirements while watching someone else garner affection with just a smile or, even worse, a slightly dirty picture. Consider the toll of these disparate expectations. Men are under pressure to be providers, communicators, and emotional anchors, all while feeling the weight of being judged for every misstep. This strain can breed disillusionment in the modern dating landscape, leaving some men questioning whether the game is even worth playing. Nobody gives an F about men's challenges, though. The realization that their actions are scrutinized more closely than those of their female counterparts can be disheartening. It can lead to an internal dialogue of self-doubt and insecurity. Is it fair that one's worth is weighed against an exhaustive checklist, while modern women seemingly coast through with relative ease? The implications of these double standards echo through men's perception of their roles and place in society. Increasingly, men are becoming aware of the competitive nature of the world and the unforgiving consequences of perceived inadequacy. The contrasting ease with which women transition between relationships, monkey branching and the carousel, amplifies male insecurity, and rightfully so. Addressing these disparities necessitates an intentional drive to cultivate empathy, challenge outdated norms, and foster candid conversations, but modern women will always stick to their preferences and, if at all, they'll make concessions to bad boys and not nice guys who are already husband material. Shifting our gaze to parenting reveals a crucial aspect of gender double standards. Conventional norms tend to assign specific roles to mothers and fathers, with women considered superior caregivers, while men are expected to provide financially. But guess what? Modern women, including mothers, are told to have fun and get attention from men other than their own husbands.
What are women exclusively held accountable for?
Oh, I'm not exclusively held accountable for just women? I'm not sure. I can't think of anything.
Can you think of any problems in society that aren't blamed on men?
That's a good question. I really have no answer for that. I think we're not really held accountable for anything, and everything gets blamed on men.
I mean, women can't blame men for periods and stuff.
Okay.
That aren't blamed on men? I mean, I'm sure tons, but at the end of the day, this society was kind of founded and built by men, so I feel like they should take accountability. This is the society that you built.
Why would we expect men to have emotional well-being in a society that always blames men?
I don't think anybody cares about men having a good emotional well-being, and that's the main thing. Nobody cares.
If men are blamed for building society, why are they never credited for anything good in society?
Because it's expected.
I see so much in women that drives me nuts is women who can't apologize.
Oh, accountability.
But they cannot own up at all. They refuse. So much so that a guy that I dated before I met my husband, I remember we had some type of argument and I said, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said something that way. And he almost passed out because he was like, no woman in his life had ever said, I'm sorry.
Of course.
And he was like, what the hell?
Of course.
And I was raised my parents, my mom and dad raised me to be when you do something wrong or you hurt somebody's feelings and you go back and you apologize. So that was bred into me.
Hey, mama didn't raise no fool.
So but I see women, even my friends will have a fight with their boyfriend or their husband, and I'll have to tell them, listen, you need to apologize because sometimes it's going to be you.
In the intricate fabric of societal dynamics, a story often left untold unravels, a narrative that speaks of the unspoken struggles faced by men. While conversations around equality have made great strides, there's an underbelly of challenges that many men experience on a daily basis. It's time to shed light on these struggles, to paint a picture of the uphill battles men often face while trying to navigate a world that may not always be in their favor. In the realm of justice, a stark discrepancy emerges between how men and women are treated for similar crimes. Men, more often than not, find themselves handed down harsher prison sentences, while women often receive more slaps on the wrist. This disparity raises serious questions about the fairness of the justice system and whether true equality exists within it. Spoiler, no fairness or equality. While the scales may be tipped unfairly against men, society often remains silent, failing to acknowledge the unequal burden that they bear and not giving a damn about men. This imbalance is a silent testament to the hurdles men encounter without the safety net of sympathy or understanding. Another challenging terrain men must navigate is the realm of false allegations. The consequences of a false accusation can be devastating, tarnishing reputations and causing irreparable harm to personal and professional lives. Yet women are often able to escape the repercussions of such actions with minimal consequences. The question that arises is, why are men not afforded the same protection against false allegations? This disparity in accountability paints a picture of a society that is far from equal in its treatment of both genders.
Y'all don't want to have these tough conversations.
Who the hell wants to have that conversation and have that feeling of pretending to be assaulted? That is not something.
A lot of girls do it to get sympathy.
Or they feel bad after.
False accusations are a real thing, and women lie about that all the time to get sympathy and garner some type of attention to themselves because they regret. Here's the thing, we live in a crazy ass world where girls can come by and say, me too, me too, me too, with zero facts, zero evidence. Right now, they got one of my good friends in jail over some allegations that aren't true, that are false. In prison right now with WhatsApp messages showing that the girls lied, with video surveillance evidence that shows that the girls lied, all this evidence, but we believe women all the time.
Yep.
So here's my thing. I think people that commit sexual assault need to be put in prison. However, for that to happen, women need to come forward with real allegations, not bullshit about, I feel like it, or I think I was assaulted.
As you can see, relationships, a cornerstone of human interaction, can become battlegrounds for the uneven distribution of blame. When things go wrong, society often points its finger squarely at the man, casting him as the one responsible for any relationship woes. This one-sided blame game ignores the complexities of relationship dynamics and leaves men feeling undervalued and unfairly targeted. Meanwhile, women escape accountability, their actions often going unquestioned. This imbalance paints a bleak picture of a world where men are held accountable even when they're not in the wrong, while women are given a free pass for their actions. Stay protected and away from these problematic women. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.